What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? PetRockMedia coming at you with a what's in my bag type of walkthrough. I just recently, over the Easter weekend, as a matter of fact on Good Friday, had a bridal shoot with a good friend of mine, and I figured all I needed to do was all I did was when I came home, I kind of had my bag, threw it in my office, and just started editing, get the memory card, uploaded it into my MacBook Pro, and kind of started going from there, and pretty much left my bag up here. And I figured, what better way than to go with kind of a walkthrough of what I take with me when I do go on shoot on location, preferably just my gear that I go with. So first of all, before I get into the actual inside, just to know this is a Tenba bag. I really like the way Tenba creates their bags and makes their bags. They are very sturdy, tons of pockets, tons of zippers. The reason why I like this one is it does have wheels. Okay, so this is very cool if I'm traveling and if I'm having to walk distances. For instance, this past weekend we shot at a botanical garden, so we were going from point A to point B to point C, up a tower, down a tower. So this really came in handy versus having to utilize the backpack straps. There are some straps back here, but having the wheels and just rolling it through was a whole lot better. So, in case you didn't feel that or look at that, the camera kind of shook. You can tell this bag is pretty packed. So, first thing that I want to show you is pretty much my workhorse camera. This is my Canon 5D Mark II. Has the 24-70 L series lens, version 1. I have not really found a reason to get the version 2. This still gets the job done for me. I took about 25-30% of the pictures with this particular lens. Most of the other lenses or pictures that I took, were done with my 70-200 L series lens. But this did get a little bit of work. It helped me out in some of the tight quarters. But again, this one normally, as my walk-around lens, is kind of glued to there. But like I said, for this particular session, I only use it for about 30% of the time. Again, this has the battery grip on it, as you can tell right there. Both batteries in there. Has my tripod biscuit down at the bottom. Has the pedal lens cover, or not lens cover, lens hood, I'm sorry. So, kind of looks like that. So, that's the camera body, as well as one of my lenses. Occasionally, if I'm out somewhere and if I need to take some wide-angle lens or some wide-angle shots and portraits of that I want to really capture the landscapes, this particular lens right here, the Canon 17-40, you can see that L series lens, great lens too. For my particular line of work, I could not justify spending the $1,000 more for the 16-35 2.8. Like I said, since I do use this lens primarily outside and during the daytime, whether it's golden hour in the morning or in the evening, the f4 on this lens is very usable. So I didn't see myself needing to spend $1,000 for an extra stop, so I went with this lens right here. Next is pretty much my workhorse for portraits. You ask any professional photographer and they will tell you a 70-200 is an absolute must. You can tell this thing has a few scratches, a few beat downs. None of it has to do with falling, just kind of bumping into things and scratching it on other lenses and bodies and stuff. But overall, this is an amazing beast of a lens that I use for all my portraits. You can see even the Canon lens cap is already kind of rubbing off. So again, if you are a portrait photographer or you're looking to get into portraits, I highly recommend this particular lens. This is the non-IS version. I got a steal on this, and I usually compensate with some flash and a higher bump in my ISO on my 5D Mark II. I've gotten pretty comfortable and pretty happy clients with my images. I usually do not go past 6400. I know some people have kind of been upset with the 5D Mark II's ISO capabilities, especially compared to some of the other high-end cameras, especially just like a 5D Mark III. But it gets my job done, and for the foreseeable future, since I'm not a monster wedding photographer anymore, I'm more of a landscape photographer now. At least that's what's piquing my interests. do not really see the need to upgrade. However, if I was going to dive back into wedding photography, I would probably sell this lens and pick up the newer version, get the IS version as well. But again, for what I do, this works perfect. Put that over there. Strap. I have the Black Rapid strap. I haven't decided yet because I'm not really one to have a lot of color, but I might be looking into getting the Frono's Photo Black Rapid strap. I know occasionally he will have some in his store. I'm a huge Frono's Photo user and viewer, so I have been using the strap before he had mentioned his, and this is an amazing strap because I like how it makes the camera sit right on your hip. And you clip it on, and then you kind of screw this in here, and it does not go down. And if you unscrew it, then you do that, slide it onto your camera. So really, really, really cool camera strap. In here, in this Pelican case, I will have my radio poppers. There's only one of them in here right now. This is what I use to wirelessly trigger my flashes. Have a nice little hard Pelican case for any of you. This is the Pelican 1050. For those of you who do not use Pelican cases or have not heard of them, these are amazing, amazing cases. Can put and take a beating. Okay. So I'll just put this over here. Here is the unit that I put on top of my camera. I'm probably going to end up upgrading. I know probably some of you are like, wow, I can't believe you're using the STE2. The radio poppers worked amazing, and they still work amazingly, but I also was able to utilize the Pocket Wizards, and those to me were way better than these, not taking anything away from radio popper, and I might need to upgrade my radio poppers if I was going to go that route, but I might end up finding myself going the Pocket Wizard route. If you guys have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below, and I'll take those into consideration. But this has been getting the job done for me, but I, like I said, might be looking to upgrade sometime in the near future. But that is my receiver and my transmitter. I'm sorry, this is my transmitter as well as the radio popper transmitter up here at the top. Let's see. I think this is just my battery, just a couple of battery chargers that I will use, that I will have with me. This is a 12 South little bag that I received when I bought the bass jump, or the little bass module for the MacBook Pro. It's a really nice little bag. This is my color checker. Okay, when I am needing to either have white balancing, there's my gray card right there. Then I will also be able to utilize this. I will use this when I'm doing portrait work. This has come in handy with me when I'm doing portraits. Not when I'm doing really fast sessions, especially weddings. I don't have time to ask the bride to stop. Wait a minute, stop. Let me utilize. No. So this does come in handy when I'm needing it, and it does serve a purpose, but does not see the outside of my bag 100% of the time. What I do use a lot, but like I said, only when the time is needing it and when the particular session requires it, is the Expo disc. I will utilize this to get white balance in my camera. I'm really, really a big proponent of getting it right in the camera, so I do utilize this from time to time. The more tools, the better. Whatever you need and whatever it takes to make you just have that little bit of an edge as a better photographer. And then in here are my lens filters. This is a circular polarizer. I'm sorry. This one is a variable from Hoya. You can kind of see it gets a little darker. And then secondly is my actual ND filter, and you can see that thing is damn near midnight pitch black. And I do utilize this, and you can tell it's pretty dirty. I gotta clean it. But you can see how much light this thing kills. I mean, if I put it to the camera, you cannot see at all. So I do utilize this when I'm doing some landscape photography, some long exposure photography. I'm probably going to end up keeping this, but also looking into getting the Lee Big Stopper, but I do keep these with me as well, because when I do take this and when I am on a job and am on assignment, I do pack for the occasion, but I also pack for the what if something were to catch my eye, what if we shoot well into the day and I'm just there when there's a beautiful sunset going on. Last thing I want to do is not be prepared, so if that were the case, I would reach for my 17 to 40, slap on, and probably filter stack both of those and get a pretty long exposure and a nice smooth silky sunset. Now lastly, there's some gear over here that does not fit in the bag that I'm going to show you guys real quick. For any of you looking for a softbox, a portable softbox, I could not really find another one like this Lastalite Professional Small Box, Easy Softbox. Okay, this thing folds up. It is small, super thin, but this thing explodes into a 24 by 24 softbox. Okay, with the diffuser inside. And what I use, excuse me, this is my kind of like my light stick. You can kind of see it here. It's almost like a monopod. It is from Lastalite also. They make it. It's got two good grips. One right here, one right here. This is a battery pack, a Canon battery pack. Here is my receiver from Radio Popper that is on my Canon 580 EX2. And there's the Lastalite softbox ring. And so I have my assistant, which is usually my wife and the boss. I have her utilizing this and holding this while I'm shooting, and it's real simple since I have the softbox attached right here on the end. It's just a matter of move here, move here, move here, 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 and so forth. So this thing does come in handy. This thing is amazing, and it's what I use to take my light off camera and move it where I want it to be as I'm photographing my brides, my couples, things like that. So once again, guys, this is PetRockMedia, just kind of showing you what's in my bag when it comes to on-location shoots, whether it's portraits, couples, things like that. Leave some comments down below if you have any kind of questions, anything like that. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs